All right, friends, this is actually a product I'm excited to share with you. If you are a grandmother, a soon-to-be mom, a mother of young children, toddlers, babies, this is from Constructive Eating. And inside this box, I have their utensils. Again, if you're a grandmother, this is something that you'll want to have in your home, and that's because your grandchildren that are young are gonna love coming over to visit. So right off the bat, I noticed they package it with some fun stickers. Super fun. I love the name of their company, Constructive Eating, and note it's made here in the United States. So these utensils are BPA free, which is important. We don't want to put any kind of toxins, especially into our young children's bodies, right? Let's make sure they're toxin free, chemical free, and again, look at these. Super adorable. Even little girls, you might look at them and be like, oh, dinosaurs, they're just for boys. No, I can guarantee you as a mother who has had 7 children, both boys and girls also love little dinosaurs. So these are both microwave safe, they are dishwasher safe, and again, they're BPA free. So we love that. Let's just go ahead and take them out here so you can see. So when kids are little babies, toddlers, their fine motor skills are still obviously developing. Even, let's be honest, their gross motor skills are, right? But fine motor skills come usually after their gross motor skills. So when I talk about gross motor skills, we're talking sitting up, crawling, walking, running, right? Jumping. Fine motor skills, we're talking, pinching the Cheerio, grabbing the piece of cereal, right? Learning how to use a pen or a pencil or a crayon. Same for these. Oftentimes little kids may struggle when it comes to eating, and that's with regular silverware, right? It doesn't matter how small it is, they still have a very hard time grabbing onto it because, let's look at that. Let's look at it. It's so teeny tiny, and their little fingers, they're just learning how to use them. So I really appreciate that, for a little kid, a little toddler, baby, they're most likely gonna grab onto it like this, right? They're gonna try to scoop up the food, and note here, as opposed to a regular spoon, and this I know is a spoon for like adults, right? But your baby spoons kind of look somewhat similar, just a miniature version, but look at that. How are they to get like food as opposed to this? This is more like a shovel, right? Makes it easier. And we oftentimes, when we talk about children eating that are that young, we always refer to them as shoveling the food into their mouth. And it's because that's literally what they're doing. So why not make it look like shaped like a shovel, right? Also, love that surface area for them to grab onto it is much thicker. It's wider, right? Same for your fork, right? You've got that. As they grow, the children will learn, that it's more comfortable for them to hold it kind of more normally like we do, right? And they might begin to hold it from the end, right? But when they're little, they're gonna be holding on, and they're gonna appreciate, whether they tell you or not, that bigger surface area. So I love that. I love that it's padded. This is soft. They can chew on it. Oftentimes when babies and toddlers are learning to feed themselves and to eat, or you're feeding them, they are teething as well. So they just want to chew on anything. And I can't help but cringe when I think, and like I said, I've had 7 children, so I've seen them chewing on hard metal like this, and it pains me. But again, it's not flexible, but it's not gonna injure them by any means. And again, it's BPA free. So love that. Also, look at these little nubs on the back of the dinosaurs, right? These are gonna feel good. Should your baby want to sit there, or your toddler want to sit there and gnaw on it, these are gonna feel really good on their gums. Super adorable. This is gonna make it fun. Sorry, got a puppy in the background barking, but this is gonna make it fun. They're gonna enjoy, and this is, if you've never had a child, right? If you're a soon-to-be mom having your first child, I'm gonna be completely honest, feeding your children, your babies, for the first couple of times, for the first week, 2 weeks, sometimes months, they hate it. They would rather just drink all their food, right? Drink all their calories. There's a lot of babies that hate it, absolutely hate dinner time. So why not make it fun, right? Along with utensils. I love this. This is genius. I wish that constructive eating was around when I was raising my 7 young children. I'm gifting to a niece who has just had her first baby. He's several months old. I can't wait for her to try these out and to tell me herself how much he loves them. But I know these are going to be a fan favorite in homes, whether you are a soon-to-be mom, a mom of little kids, or a grandma. If you're a grandma, I'm approaching that age where in the next 5 to 10 years, I'm going to start having grandbabies here in my home. I just know it. And I'm going to buy another set of these for myself so that we have these on hand. Check it out. Again, Constructive Eating. These are absolutely genius. They are toxin-free, BPA-free, and they are both microwave and dishwasher safe.